Hello everyone, this is R. Wheatley 0206 and I wanted to do a little update tonight excuse me, on my Road to 500 contest to start out with, and then I also wanted to do an update for the comic book community want list. I've added a few to it, and I did manage to get a printout of the list again, so I did want to go through that tonight, and then I got one other little thing to show you. But let's start out with the Road to 500 contest. So we've got, this is who I currently am aware of that's done a video for my contest. So we've got the Comic Collector, the Simply Incredible Podcast, Epicurean Eye Relief, Metarog, Melody, Mr. Miracle Comics, Pages, Films, and Plastics, Unruly Simeon, Comics Altruism, and Joshua Routley. Those are the people that I know right now have done a video for my contest. So now we got that out of the way. You can see I did finally get a decent printout of this. And there's a few updates I want to bring up on this. To start off with, Comic Geek McD is looking for Batman the Killing Joke, and he's wanting the first printing. So I have a note here that Epicurean Eye Relief has the Killing Joke first print, a 9.8 signature series signed by Brian Bolin, for sale. So if you guys can get together on that, or if you can't, and if you are interested in this, Comic Geek McD, just get a hold of me if you can't get a hold of Epicurean Eye Relief, and I'll see if I can't do something to hook you guys up. And that's the book there. Okay, and Comic Geek McD is also looking for Batman Annual number 25 from May of 2006. Looks like this. Then we go to Metarog, and of course Marvel Spotlight Volume 1 number 5 in any complete condition, and there's the book. He is also looking for The Incredible Hulk Volume 1 number 377, third printing. Looks like this. And I have seen that. I've seen a few people have picked those up here recently. They've had them on their videos, on their YouTube videos. Let's see if I can get a hold of this thing. Gosh, dog it. There we go. This is also for Metarog, Fantastic Four Volume 1 number 110. The error cover, and the error cover has green. Let's see if you can see that. Has green where there should be some orange, like on the thing. He should be tan or brown or orange, whatever you want to call him, and he's green. So anyway, that's what the error cover looks like. He's also looking for Superman Mail Edition number 443, Mail Edition with the name of the mall in the UPC, like Rhode Island Mall or Fiesta Mall, and this happens to be an example of Fiesta Mall. You can see it down here on the bottom corner. Barely, but I don't think I can get it up here where you can see it. I don't think it's going to focus on it. Anyway, you get the picture. Okay, Batman Superpowers mini book, and this is the one that has the Burger King logo. And this is not the Batman book, but this is the Superman book, just to show you what the Burger King logo looks like up here. Okay? Also, Atari Waterworks comic, the one that came with the game, and now we have the correct picture in here. This is what it looks like. Sorry to say I've never seen that book, Metarog, but if I ever do, I'll grab it for you. Okay, Escargot T80, and he is looking for any old school Hughes books. So if you have any of those, let him know, or let me know so I can let him know, or whatever. So, Simply Incredible Podcast, Arkham Asylum Series 2 Bane figure from DC Direct, mint in box and under $75 is his criteria. And there you have it. And then the Hoosier Nerd is looking for Marvel Kiss comic number 2. Also any comic from December of 1968. This is the Kiss comic. Number 2. Okay. Oh, I think I know this guy. Our Wheatley 0206. Looking for Batman Volume 1 number 227. Complete and at least a 4.0. And I'm sure a lot of you don't have any idea what this book looks like. I've never mentioned it before, so there you have it. That is my Grail book. I really want to get that someday. So we'll see. Okay, another one. Batman 232. Same criteria, complete and at least a 4.0. And there you have it. That book is actually coming out as a, because DC's getting ready to do some facsimile copies like Marvel was doing. That's one that's coming out very soon. Batman number 234. Same criteria, complete and at least a 4.0. Two-Face cover. Love that cover. And of course these are Neal Adams covers, and so was 227. Batman 680. Tony Daniels variant. Looks like that. Okay, now Batman the Man Who Laughs. Found it. First print, and that is the book that was so graciously given to me in an AOK by Farley's Nerd Cave. Thank you very much, Farley. I cherish that book, and it will be in my possession till the day I die. I promise. Detective Comics Volume 1, 395. Complete in at least a 5.0. Looks like that. Detective Comics number 400. Complete in at least a 5.0. A Man-Bat cover. If I could hold this paper still, it would help, wouldn't it? Detective Comics, which one am I on? 402. Same criteria, at least a 5.0. Another Man-Bat cover. Detective Comics 866. Complete and at least an 8.0. This book's not all that old, so. Okay. Very freaked out looking Joker with, looks like he's been electrocuted. House of Mystery. These are all still for me. House of Mystery, number 191. Complete and at least a 6.0. Another Neal Adams cover, which he also done an homage during Neal Adams month in 2016 to this book. And I think over here Robin is standing, and I forget exactly. I'll have to pull it out and look at it again. Superman vs. Muhammad Ali. This is a Treasury Edition C-56. Complete in at least a 4.0. Another Neal Adams cover. Imagine that. Amazing Spider-Man, Volume 1, number 361. First printing, complete in at least a 7.0. Very popular book. Usually can't buy it very cheap. Salvation Run, number 7. Neal Adams variant, complete and at least an 8.0. And that one's not a cheap one either. But I love that cover. Hope to find it soon. Oh man, I can't remember who was doing the video, but I left a comment on it yesterday. I think it was yesterday. They found the Art Germ Batgirl number 12 that is so popular and not very cheap. And I don't know if he actually picked it up or not. There was 3 in that box that he was going through, and they were all $1 a piece. And I was just like, oh my god, that's awesome. I hope he picked those up. If I could just remember who it was now. Okay, the last one for me, Amazing Spider-Man, number 112, the one I had when I was a kid. Complete in at least a 4.0. There you go. Now we get to move on to somebody else. Reader 1717. Blu-ray movies is what he's looking for. Any kind, but especially The Neverending Story, Toy Story 1 and 2, and Scream. Tomb of Comics is looking for The Incredible Hulk number 181. Any condition but intact. And this is one of them that Marvel came out with facsimile edition recently. Okay, Iron Man Volume 1, number 76. Looks like this. Now, I forgot to put that in here. Somebody had this one. Gosh. It was either, I'm sorry guys, I've forgotten who it was now, but it was either, I don't think it was Epicurean Eye Relief. I think it might have been, oh, that's horrible. I can't remember. It might have been doggone it, I can't remember. I can't remember who it was now. But anyway, I got the two of them together. I got information from Tomb of Comics to give to this other person, and I don't know if they worked out a deal or not, but I know that was in the making. And this thing's all kind of whack, isn't it? Okay, let's go to the next one. Let's see. Robert, I fixed that too, Robert. I put a T in there since I just had Robber, the comic book G-Spot. Now it's Robert, the comic book G-Spot Galvin. Amazing Spider-Man number 101. Also, any first series Silver Surfer and any first series Submariner. But this is the Spider-Man book. Okay. Jeff Comics 813. Vampirella number 1. Any grade. Looks like that. And man, I thought I found this the other day because I was looking through. Don't you just hate it when you're in about 2/3 of the way through a video and your batteries just all of a sudden quit? This camera that I use to make my videos, it has the little battery bar on it, but when it decides to go out, it still shows half battery life, and then all of a sudden it just stops recording and says battery's exhausted. Well, thanks for giving me a heads up. But anyway, enough ranting about that. So anyway, let's back up a little bit here. Jeff Comic 813. Vampirella number 1. Any grade. And this is the book. And as I was starting to say, I was in my LCS the other day and they had some of the older Vampirella books, and they're larger than, you know, they're kind of, I don't know if they're as big as the Treasury editions, but they are a larger comic book. And I was like, oh my gosh, because I think they had like number 4 or something like that in there of Vampirella, but they didn't have number 1. I was really hoping they would have number 1, but didn't happen. He's also looking for Evil Ernie #1, any grade. Focus. There we go. And he definitely looks evil. So there's Evil Ernie. Okay. Next up, Captain Dadpool is looking for X-23 Target X #1. White cover. Very nice. Let's see, the Comic Collector. You know, he might have been the one who had that that book for Tomb of Comics. Anyway, Batgirl A cover, Volume 5, number 23. He has found it, and it was under $25. But anyway, that's the book. One thing I might mention is I did check with Daryl the other night because, you know, at one point he had Daryl from Simply Incredible Podcast. Let me take this out of the way, man. He had on the list for the Joker covers from the mid-70s, and he had contacted me and said that he thought he was getting hooked up with a set of those or with some of those or whatever. So I asked him about it a few nights ago, and he said he didn't have them yet, but he thought he was going to be getting them at the convention that they're going to this weekend, this coming weekend. So I had taken it off. He had me take it off, and then I thought I should have just left it on there, and that way I could have marked it as found. But anyway, so it looks like he may have those. So that's another one that looks like somebody's going to get the books that were on the list. Big Lion Cat 646 is looking for Avengers Forever Volume 1. Westfield Comics exclusive variant cover 9.8 CGC for about $100. Looks like that. Interesting looking book. Very cool colors. Nice artwork. Farley's Nerd Cave is looking for Punisher Year 1 Volume 1 number 3. Would also take the trade paperback, and looks like that. Okay. He is also looking for Punisher Year 1 number 4. Would also take the trade paper. Well, they're probably both in the same trade paperback. So anyway, that comic looks like this. Alright, now Marvel Me This is looking for Doctor Doom and the Masters of Evil Volume 1 number 3, complete and at least a 7.0 grade, and he is willing to do some trading. Book looks like this. And then he's also looking for the Doom, Doctor Doom and the Masters of Evil number 4. Same criteria, complete and at least a 7.0. Willing to do some trading. Looks like this. And then he has added a couple to the list, so I've got new over here. Darkhawk, Volume 1, number 4. And he can only trade for these. And that would be the one. And also Darkhawk Volume 1 number 5, same deal, can only trade for, and there's the book. Okay, and then we have a couple more new ones. That's supposed to say Mark Spector Comics. Man, oh man, oh man. Anyway, Mark Spector Comics. Tales of Suspense, Volume 1, number 50. Mid-grade or better. Looks like that. And then Josh R. Comics and Games is looking for Batman number 489. First appearance of Azrael as Batman. Looks like that. I'd like to have that book myself. I don't have that one. I have some other Azrael books, but I don't have that one. So anyway, that is the end of the list for now. All updated and corrected, except for Mark Spector, which I spelled with an O instead of a P. Okay, anyway, let's get off of that. So, next thing I want to show you guys is I have, I don't know if you'd call them unique or not, but they're kind of neat to me. And you know how I love Star Trek stuff. And these are books with, let me get the glare off of that. Book and tape sets. Still in the plastic wrap. And this one is from Star Trek The Motion Picture. Very cool book. And yes, for those of you who are young and don't know what an audio cassette is, there you are. I also have Star Trek II The Wrath of Khan. Book set with the tape. And Star Trek III, The Search for Spock. Very cool book. And tape. And all three are still sealed. Alright. Excuse me. That's all I have for tonight. I wanted to update everybody on the list and on my contest and so on. And like I said, I'm going to probably end this contest around June the 15th. Well, let's see. June the 14th is on for, yeah, so I may do it June the 15th. So if you're going to get a video in for this contest, please get it in by, say, June 15th. And I may not be at 500 subs yet, but I'm going to go ahead and cut the contest off so that I can get prizes out to people. And then I may start up another contest. So hey, who knows? Very, very possible. So with that, I'm going to let everybody go. I know this is kind of a, you know, an odd time for me to do this, but I'll still do my Saturday community want list video. But I wanted to go through the whole list again because I got a fresh printout and have some new people added and have some you know, has some changes throughout, so I wanted to definitely get all that out there. I'm glad to see that people are starting to find books and that other people are contacting me and saying, hey, I've got this book that so-and-so wants, you know, so if you know, if we can get you guys hooked together and make a deal or whatever, it's good for both of you. And I'm really glad to see some things starting to progress with this. Really glad for that. It's hard for me to believe that the video I done the other night was number 19. I've been doing this for 19 weeks, and it doesn't seem like it. You know, it doesn't seem like it's been over 3 or 4 weeks for me. But yeah, we're on week 19. Well, now we're working on week 20. And we're just going to keep going with this, and I hope more people find what they're looking for. All right, everybody. I'm going to let you all go. Everybody be blessed and have a great week, and we'll see you all next video.